I'm not defending a murderer. I don't care if he dandled you on his knee and spent his life contributing to every charity in town. I'm still not defending him.
You're using the word murderer too loosely. You haven't even looked at the case.
The answer's still no. Henry, we're doing too much criminal work. You said yourself it doesn't do us any good.
In this branch of the practice, I happen to be the senior partner. I think it is time you remembered this. And remember the responsibilities of partnership. I'd also remember the partnership was your idea, and one of the motives was to expand the practice.
Yeah, do you think we'll do it by defending a man who beat his wife to a pulp?
Under extreme provocation.
George Minter is one of the most respected men in this town, and I know where people's sympathies lie. A lot of those people could become very important clients.
Oh, these aren't the real reasons, Henry.
They are true, nevertheless. The fact that George Minter is a personal friend doesn't invalidate them. And I've never defended a murder case.
If he won't do it, Father, I will.
You never defended a murderer. Sat across a table from somebody who has taken human life. Wondered if there should be bars between you.
This doesn't apply here. I've known this man since I was a little girl, and look at the provocation.
Found his wife in bed with another man, let the man get away, then hammered his wife to death with an iron lamp.
If you knew George Minter's standards, you'd understand. If you knew how he trusted people.
Ex-town clerk runs amok. Pillar of the church, cracks down the middle. All right, we'll do it. You run it, Margaret. I'll look over your shoulder. Now ring Sarah, ask her to go on to Sir James Calhoun.
There'll be no need for a psychiatrist on this case.
The idea is absurd.
Not if we're aiming at provocation, it isn't. A little extra ammunition never hurts. I presume Minter can afford the 100 guineas?
That's not the point.
And look at the definition of murder. Lord Coke, 1847, quote, "Where a person of sound memory or discretion unlawfully killeth any reasonable creature in being and under the king's peace," and so on. We can always use some underlining of the memory and discretion bit.
Harley Street rubbish.
If we're going to do this case, we'll do it my way. And I've got some work to do for Tim Cowley.
Ring David, tell him to make it as early as he can tomorrow, and thanks for dinner.
Must you drive back to Leeds tonight?
Oh, not me. That's what I hire chauffeurs for.
The rate of 3 a year? Sacrifices to the Cowley Empire?
Well, if they get tired, it's their lookout. I'm running a business, not a rest home. And I won't do it hanging around here. Where the hell is David Maine?
Finish your drink. Enjoy the sunshine. Can't you think about anything else except business?
Such as?
I could make a list, but it wouldn't do any good. I was reading in one of your tedious business magazines about the balance sheet becoming the virility symbol of our times.
You should know about virility, sweetie. Goodness knows I don't mind condoning your outside interests, but the way you're going at it, the entire productivity of the country could suffer.
All with discretion, my dear. The way we talked about it. 2 lives, 2 points of view. And I do get awfully tired of your friends. Fat men with cigars and wrinkled suits inhaling the cooking port.
You were discreet once, but this last year you've been very, very obvious. There's even a story going around that you started the campaign to save the Argylls because you wanted them for Christmas.
A marvelous idea. I wish I'd thought of it.
Sorry, Tim. The Leeds office has developed a humanitarian streak.
You make it sound unhealthy. You're getting as bad as my beloved husband.
But not as wealthy. The Americans are sending over 3 lawyers next week. So far as I can see, it's just a question of signature.
They won't back up.
I don't think so.
It must be important. You almost showed some emotion. By the way, David, we're divorcing.
Will you handle it for us? No hurry. Let's get this other business settled first.
Now, wait a minute. There's a little more to it than that.
Oh, we've talked about figures and money and that sort of thing. Tim's got a list somewhere. He's divorcing me because of his highly polished business reputation. I shall be seen leaping into somebody else's double bed, and the rest's a formality, isn't it?
I'll write to you about it when I get back to the office. Everything's fixed up.
Not with me standing here conniving at it, it isn't. There's a customer called the Queen's Proctor. Now, look, if you 2 lovebirds want a friendly divorce, it's a bit different from making up a 4 at bridge. I don't mind doing old friends a favor, but I'm not getting struck off for condoning an organized divorce.
Oh, that's perfectly absurd.
It may be absurd, but it's the law. I've just had a sudden attack of deafness. So we'll start again at the beginning.
I'm not suggesting that you should take it on, David. Let Peter Finnan handle it. We've got a lot more important things for you to do.
I'll leave you to it, then. Goodness, don't you both look stern.
Don't get sentimental about it. It was useful while it lasted. Now, what about this other business?
You're going to have to sweat for a bit.
I'm sweating now. Have you seen the share prices?
Yes, and the comment.
WizKid comes unstuck.
Well, if you will put £2 million into research and development projects that go sour...
2 million's a hell of a lot of money to wave goodbye to. I could end up very, very broke.
Which makes it no time to be talking about divorce settlements. Not with the sort of money Fiona's likely to grab off you.
If you can't afford the gold chips, don't sit at the big table.
I'll send Peter Finnan out.
Margaret, my dear, how nice to see you.
Not in these circumstances.
I'm being treated quite well, considering I've been thinking a lot and wondering. Sometimes I try to remember... Oh, I don't know.
Uncle George, you must leave it all to us. Now, I've spoken to David Main, and I don't think anybody's got any doubt about the provocation. There'll be a doctor along to see you.
Is that necessary?
No, of course it isn't, but it might help.
Yes, of course. I still can't realize it's happening. It's almost like being someone else.
We'll make a start with the preliminary statements.
Yes, my dear.
Sorry to interrupt, Miss Castleton. I wondered if I could have a word with you when you're finished.
Yes, Superintendent, certainly.
David! I might have known.
What are you doing in Leeds?
The northern branch of the family.
I didn't know you had one.
You never asked.
Well, anyway, I'll buy you a dish of British Railways tea. Or a big drink. Which?
Oh, big drink, I think. Well, how are you?
Same as usual, tired. I should have been born twins. Or gin, please. 3 miniatures, 2 miniatures of Dubonnet, lemon and ice.
You really meant a big drink, didn't you?
At least I remembered what you liked. I need one.
Go on, take the papers out. Work if you want to.
Hell with it. I'll tell you about it instead. There's been nothing like it since they invented licorice all sorts. I got a church warden who's just murdered his wife, a salvage job to stop Tim Carley's empire from crumbling, if I can push an American marketing agreement through, a nasty feudal probate, and indigestion.
And how does that grab you, crisis lovers?
Sorry for myself. Oh, by the way, Tim Cowley's finally decided to divorce Fiona.
Why?
Tim ran out of tolerance, I suppose. 10 years ago, he needed her. Full county status symbol. And the enchantment and the need wore off.
All very civilized, if you like that sort of thing.
Thank you. I just quote the book. Whilst it is the duty of this court to uphold the sanctity of marriage, it is no part of its duty to sustain an alliance which has wholly failed. I got something for you to sign, a pink slip for a new rights issue. I'm buying them in your name.
Satisfy my chronic security complex? I take it that's what it's for.
There are tax reasons as well.
Well, that's my David. If you ever have an unselfish motive, make sure you give it a calculated coat of paint.
With all my worldly goods.
Thank you. I'd forgotten how much I like this. You know, when we were courting, which was the 10 minutes a day when you didn't have your face in a textbook, I went away on holiday. You sent me a postcard. It just said, London is empty. It's funny, isn't it?
At least with a message like that, nobody could sue me for breach of promise. I still don't understand what you're doing up here.
There is a discretionary trust set up in the Bahamas to take care of the children, and I will make a settlement of £50,000 on my wife. plus agreed alimony of £7,500 per annum.
That's extremely generous. You're quite sure about these figures?
If you mean can I afford them, yes.
I wasn't talking about your business problems.
I don't have any. These are the terms. Given them, my wife will not defend the suit, which is most important.
It seems simple enough. There's one question I'm required by law to ask you. If at any time you've committed adultery, you're required to make admission of this for use in a discretion statement.
That is none of their damn business, or yours.
I am afraid it is. I'm afraid I shall have to insist.
You can insist all you like. I'm not going to tell you.
If you don't tell me and it comes out in court, you can forget any chance of getting a divorce now or any time in the future.
I'm still not telling you.
But this is the law. 9 cases out of 10, it doesn't mean anything. The judge uses his discretion and no dirty laundry gets waved about. It's a simple question of procedure. I must require you to answer. When and with whom have you committed adultery?
Now you can see why we can't use it.
Yes.
And we're not going to.
If we don't use it, we're taking one of the biggest risks ever.
Sorry I'm late.
Ah, hello, Sydney. Very pleased you could come. Not often I'm in London.
You sounded bothered.
No, not bothered. Just a little bit out of my depth. That's why I came down here.
Cheers.
Cheers. Your firm's acting for Minter, right?
That's right.
What about some advice?
Are you giving it or asking for it?
Asking for it. What's the defense?
I'll need a reason.
Instinct, Sydney. 25 years being a copper, the odd times your thumb starts to twitch. This is one of them.
Fair enough. Defense will be extreme provocation. We'll probably get the charge reduced to manslaughter.
Minter's record, he could probably get away with next to nothing.
On the cards?
A race in bloody certainty. Ex-town clerk, church warden, up to his ankles in good works. I think he rigged it, Sydney. I think he worked it out, but I can't prove it. And he's going to sit there with a mouthful of unmelted butter, and everybody's going to say, poor old soul, what a terrible thing. And feel sorry for him.
Could be. It's classical. Wife in bed with another man. It's usually the quiet ones that go berserk.
French windows were kicked open from the inside. The neighbors think they heard a car tearing away. There was a raincoat that didn't belong to Minter hanging over the back of a chair in the hall.
So? What are you bothered about?
Well, everybody's been concentrating on what a fine, upstanding character George Minter was. Nobody ever talks about Mrs. Minter. A little mouse of a woman. Hardly ever went out, didn't really have any friends. No. There were footprints across the garden, but nothing we could really work out. They were blurred. There were skip marks in the drive. Nothing we could trace tires on. And the raincoat could have come from a jumble sale.
You know your trouble, old son. You're a perfectionist.
Yes, but with instinct, Sydney. I have a suitcase full of lavish testimonials to George Minter. You could erect a statue to him on every street corner. I also have these. Should have seen that room, Sydney. I've never seen so much blood. Should have seen the woman, too. It was as if somebody had thrown her into a bear pit. I can understand somebody using their hands. I can understand anger. But I can't understand this.
If that's your dynamo of a boss, sweetie, I better retire gracefully.
Don't bother, he won't be here long. Hello, David. We've got company.
Hello?
This is Olivia. She's staying here. I'll just get the Cowley papers.
Hello. I've heard about you.
Are they your own legs, or did you hire them for the occasion?
What occasion?
To impress tired businessmen like me.
I can see why you're so devoted to your job, sweetie. Your boss is really quite dishy.
He's a devil with the judges, too.
Look, any more of this crosstalk, I'll finish up as a centre-spreading playboy.
When that happens, I'll buy a lot of copies.
The American lawyers for the new Cowley marketing agreement are arriving on Tuesday, and I've made an appointment for that evening. Oh, and Sidney Bulmer telephoned. He wants to see you on the Minter case.
He's not working on that.
I'm just passing on the messages.
Frighteningly businesslike. I am impressed.
It may go on for a while.
Oh, well, in that case, I'll go and take a long and leisurely bath and brood on my spinster state. You must come round again, Mr. Maine, on a social basis.
I may do that. It'll make a change from youth clubs.
There's a balloon above your head, David, with a question in it. And the answer's yes. If Olivia were any more available, she'd have to turn into a public park.
At least I know where she lives. Let's get back to work.
Tim Curley rang 3 times. He seems desperate.
He is. He's just folded a development operation that'll cost him £2 million. If I can boot this marketing agreement through, I can make it look like calculated policy change. Buy the product from America instead of developing it here. The timing's important. We've got to announce the close down and the new agreement at the same moment.
Can't he do it himself?
Too obvious, and they're dealing through lawyers. There, get those to him for signature, will you?
It's an awful lot of trust to place in you.
He's paying me an awful lot of money for it.
Bit early for you to be taking calls, isn't it?
Not when they're important, and especially when you look at the financial columns.
I wouldn't believe the newspapers too much, and your broker wouldn't recognize a profit chance if it bit him in the leg.
Taking risks is your business. I can't afford to. I'm just a simple country girl with an expensive way of life. I've decided to contest the divorce.
You can't.
Yes, I can. I've taken legal advice, too.
But the papers have been drawn up and the figures agreed.
The figures are all right. 2, please, sir. Is there any money in the bank to back them up?
You know damn well there is. There always has been.
Not for the amounts I want, my darling. I've a strong sense of self-preservation. If I stand up in court as the Scarlet Woman and you're the injured plaster saint, I have to take the terms you dictate. Sorry, Tim. I'm defending.
On what grounds?
You may be surprised.
Fiona, I'm telling you not to defend. Leave things as they are. You've trusted me before. I know how much money you want. I'll see that you get it.
I'd rather have that sort of decision from a judge. Legal, binding, with one of those pretty seals. If the Kali Empire is going to sink, I intend to be in a private lifeboat. And I don't think even your brilliant David Maine can stop me.
I know David Maine encourages initiative, but I will not tolerate this sort of interference in a case where I am acting.
The work was done in my own time, Miss Castleton, and if you wish to define a desire to help as interference, that's your privilege.
David, I would like you to instruct Bulmer here that he's on no account to make any further inquiries into the Minter case.
Now, exchange from the usual form of greetings, such as hello, or welcome, or good morning. Come in, both of you. Now, what's it all about, Sidney? You know you're not supposed to be anywhere near the Minter business.
I know, but my contacts have helped in the past.
What have you got?
A bundle of entirely circumstantial information, which amounts, in effect, to a gross slander on a man I happen to know and respect.
Don't get too involved, Margaret. He may be like an uncle to you, but he's a murderer to the rest of us. Go on, Sidney.
Now, Minter says there was a man in his wife's bed. Police can't find any evidence to prove this.
Or to disprove it.
I've talked to Minter's bank manager. 2 years ago, there was a payment of £1,500 to a plastic surgeon.
I remember that perfectly. He had an au pair girl who was in a car accident.
I talked to the surgeon. Now, they weren't the usual car injuries. He's handled a lot of accident cases.
Mr. Maine, I must insist that this discussion is stopped here and now. George Minter is our client. It's not part of our job to pick up this kind of gratuitous smear.
£1,500 can buy an awful lot of plastic surgery.
The late Mrs. Minter.
Christ. I'd rather you didn't see these, Margaret.
If they're the product of his snooping among his police cronies. I demand to see them.
Yeah, you can demand all you like. You're not seeing those. What's it all add up to, Sidney?
Here's the psychiatrist's report on George Minter.
How the hell did you get that?
I got up early.
Well, if you're thinking of some dreamed-up insanity defense, don't forget that I've seen the prison doctor. And in his opinion, George Minter is eminently fit to plead.
In my opinion, the man, George Minter, has strong psychopathic tendencies and a complete awareness of these. This type of man recognizes impulse but does not act on it until the circumstances are calculated in his favor. I presented the details of my consultation with George Minter for a second opinion, and there is no doubt that this man is urgently in need of treatment. Unless this happens, and bearing in mind the man's age, psychopathic acts are likely to become a more frequent and important part of his total behavior pattern. Thank you, Sidney.
I don't believe it. I've known this man since I was a little girl.
Oh, for God's sake, Margaret, this isn't Mary Poppins country. According to that, your famous Uncle George belongs in a Christmas hamper. He's nutty as a fruitcake, only he works it out and then beats somebody to death. So what do you do now?
Engage the best counsel possible, put up the best defense possible.
There's more to it than that. You know and I know we can probably get him off on a shoplifting sentence. And then one morning we'll open up a newspaper and read about blood all over another room. I don't have much of a conscience, but I don't want dead bodies on it.
I'd like to know what the hell David thinks he's doing. I want him here.
My dear Tim, the days of the third right are over, and you're not our only client.
I don't want to keep these American lawyers hanging about. It's too important.
David wants to give them time to circulate. Otherwise, they'll think you're pressuring them.
It's a risk.
Something you're both good at. Is this the time to say I'm sorry? About the divorce, I mean.
Oh, come on. All Fiona wants is enough money to keep up her estates, and I'd prefer a wife who's a little less obtrusive in her private life. We must be the only family in the country with au pair boys.
Peter tells me she's decided to defend.
Don't worry, she's wasting her time.
Thank you, Fiona. As Mrs. Cowley's barrister, I thought you should have a view of the sort of matrimonial arrangements she's come to expect.
A very pleasant change from my own dreary chambers. Mrs. Cowley, your petition will be based upon cruelty, mental and physical. This conduct forced you to commit the adultery alleged against you.
At gunpoint, almost. And all I want is legal guarantee of support. In a certain style.
I don't think national assistance would run to 3 gardeners.
As well as a very large bill from a private detective agency.
If the evidence is good, that bill could be the best investment you've ever made.
The evidence is pretty good, Derek.
I should very much like to help Mr. Maine, but I don't think I can possibly do what you ask.
I want you to let us plead insanity. It's for your own good, Mr. Minter.
As a town clerk, I'm also a solicitor. I know exactly what a plea of insanity would mean. It could mean detention for an indefinite period. With a plea of provocation and a reduction of the charge to manslaughter, I have a much better case.
I must ask you to let us put forward a plea of insanity.
Out of the question. I'm as sane as you. Or Margaret, or that polite man in uniform standing there by the door.
Medical testimony says otherwise.
Then we must change our doctor, mustn't we? In the same way that if you persist, I must change my solicitor. I have no wish to plead insanity, Mr. Maine, and the decision is entirely mine. There is absolutely nothing that you can do about it.
Well, I tried to tell you, but you wouldn't listen. Now you've seen him for yourself. Can you really believe that he's insane?
If I did, it would just be an opinion. I have a dossier, history, and some facts. I'd rather depend on those.
Oh, it's a bit cautious for you, isn't it?
Right, see for yourself. It's what your Uncle George did to his wife. The smaller photographs of what the au pair girl looked like. You still think he's sane? I must see the prison doctor.
When?
I don't know. Let me pick the time. Just before the case.
Pray continue, Mr. Asher. Though I must ask you to be brief.
Thank you, my lord. Mr. Cowley, I understand you are an eminently successful businessman with a high reputation for probity.
So they say.
And one of the vital attributes of any businessman is the fact that his word is his bond.
That is correct.
Are you quite sure that all this is necessary, Mr. Asher?
May I crave indulgence, my lord?
Yes.
In a moment, Mr. Cowley, I'm going to ask you whether you've ever committed adultery. At present, however, I'd like to ask you something completely different. I take it you've looked at your petition for divorce. Are the facts there stated true?
Yes.
I see there's no prayer for discretion on your petition.
I think if I explain the term prayer for discretion, we shall all get along a little more quickly. In your case, Mr. Cowley, if you have committed certain matrimonial offences, including adultery, you have a duty to disclose them, and I have a discretion whether or not to grant a decree. The consequences of non-disclosure are very serious.
Mr. Cowley, on your petition there is no prayer for discretion. Have you in fact ever committed adultery?
My lord, I must object. Section 32 of the Matrimonial Causes Act, 1950, provides here that no witness or party can be asked whether he has committed adultery.
What do you say to that, Mr. Asher?
My lord, the section continues with the words, unless the witness has previously denied the alleged adultery. May I ask your lordship to refer to this witness's answer to his wife's allegations of cruelty?
I have never given my wife any cause for complaint. Is that the part you mean, Mr. Asher?
Yes, my lord. In my submission, that is a denial of any matrimonial offence, including adultery.
Yes, Mr. Asher, proceed with your question.
But, my lord, it
I've
does state...
overruled your objection, Mr. Richards.
Now, Mr. Cowley, take your time. And may I remind you that you are on oath. Oh, yes, and may I also remind you of your own statement about reputation and honesty.
A superfluous warning, Mr. Asher. You are to answer the question, Mr. Cowley. Have you ever committed adultery?
Yes.
Were your solicitors told of this fact? Mr. Cowley, you will answer, or I shall hold you in contempt to this court. Did you tell your solicitors of your adultery?
Yes.
Mr. Richards, are your instructing solicitors present?
One of their clerks is, my lord.
Well, that is not good enough. I am adjourning this case, and I direct that the two principals of the solicitors concerned, Castleton and Maine, appear before me in chambers at 2 o'clock this afternoon.
Mr. Maine, I've been a prison doctor for 15 years. I've seen a lot of this so-called psychiatric evidence. You know what I always ask? Who is normal?
I think the evidence here is fairly conclusive. I'm not trying to call a man insane. I'm just doing what I can to see that he receives adequate treatment. Otherwise he'll go out and beat somebody else to death.
I don't see what you expect me to do about it. If your client won't plead insanity, that's it.
But it's up to you whether or not you declare him fit to plead.
I've already done that. Minter's fit to plead, all right. No doubt about it. No, I've had your way tried on too often, where somebody produces a head shrinker's report and expects me to take it as gospel.
You've seen the name on this report?
Oh, yes, and I've a great deal of respect for him. But I've had a lot of experience with prisoners, most of my professional life. In my opinion, George Minter is fit to plead. If you say he's insane, Mr. Maine, it's still your responsibility. After all, you are his solicitor.
I know, and that's the law. You can bend it sometimes, but it doesn't ever break.
Sooner your client than mine. He made quite a mess of that woman.
Well, thanks for talking to me anyway.
Request from the governor. A lot of people owe Henry Castleton favours.
There's been a message for us, David. We're both wanted in court, immediately.
I take it that your clerk has apprised you of the situation. What explanation have you to offer me?
None, my lord. I was not the partner in charge of this case.
In other words, you know nothing. Mr. Maine? Mr. Castleton?
No, my lord.
Then who does?
I do, my lord.
And who may you be?
He is my articled clerk, my lord. I am responsible for his conduct.
He may be answerable to you in other contexts, Mr. Maine, but in this case he is directly answerable to me. The facts, please.
My lord, the facts as stated by Mr. Cowley in court are correct.
Did you know this prior to the hearing?
Yes, my lord.
And what did you do?
I did nothing, my lord.
Did you inform your principals, Mr. Maine and Mr. Castleton, of these facts?
No, my lord.
It is fair to say, then, that you have totally ignored your responsibility to Mr. Maine as an officer of the court.
Yes, my lord.
Were you told the name of the woman?
Yes, my lord.
What is it?
I would rather not answer that question, my lord.
Mr. Maine, you appear to have an articled clerk who is not only ignorant of the duties of his profession, but takes it upon himself to be insolent. We'll direct him to answer my question.
Mr. Findon, you will answer the question.
The name of the woman with whom Cowley committed adultery.
Mrs. David Maine.
I have considered with great care the amendment to Mr. Cowley's petition, by which he now asks me to exercise my discretion in his favour. However, I cannot ignore the fact that Mr. Cowley has chosen deliberately not to be honest with this court. Deliberately. Therefore, I am not prepared to exercise my discretion. His prayer for divorce is denied. There will be a decree nisi on the wife's petition with costs. I reserve maintenance and custody to Chambers. I come now to a much more serious matter. I direct that the papers in this case be sent to the Law Society with a view to disciplinary proceedings being instituted against the petitioner's solicitors, Castleton and Maine.
That's it then. Just a question of pinning Tim down and seeing when I can collect.
You stupid, greedy bitch. You're gonna have to struggle for every penny you get from me. And I'm telling you right now, there might not be any. If David Maine doesn't pull this deal off, I'm broke and you're broke. And you've just handed him the best reason in the world for wrecking me.
You should have stuck to business, sweetie, and left boudoirs alone. You're not very good at that.
Everybody's troubles but my own.
Shall I cancel the appointment for Cowley's American deal?
I don't know, I'm not thinking about it. It's easy to work on reflexes.
The Americans seem very anxious to sign.
Oh, yes, it was played for. I can do one thing for me. Get onto my stockbroker, tell him to unload all the doubtful stuff and lay his hands on every Cowley share he can for me. Has to be some profit in there somewhere, even if it's only money.
Peter telephoned. I heard what happened.
Yes, tidings of comfort and joy. But not this week. Oh, no, not a pity. I couldn't stand that. Thanks, anyway. Besides, you're going on holiday. Do one thing for me. Whatever happens, you go to Leeds and tell Cowley.
David, be careful.
He's in trouble.
That's the understatement of the year.
Yeah, he'll survive. I'm more worried about Minter.
Anything new?
Not a thing. If you had to take a copybook example of who's normal, you'd lay odds on him. When he gave us a list of all the new clothes he bought his wife, said he'd asked her to see a doctor.
So what do you want, sympathy?
No. What to do?
Nice, not easy. Me either. Once a couple, always a copy. Here's a copy of the psychiatrist's report on George Minter, and if I get the sack for giving it to you, that's my tough luck.
Shall I tell him, Mr. Sandheim? Yes, he's here.
Well? Well?
You now have a new American associate company and a marketing agreement which should balance the loss on your own research and development.
We made it. I'm still in business. Mr. Sandine? Oh, it's good to talk to you. Of course I'm delighted. I'm just sorry I couldn't be there in person. Yes, yes, I know. One of those deals you have to leave to the lawyers. What? Oh, fine. I'll look forward to that. Well, I'll see you next week in New York. And thanks for calling. Bye now. David did it. Well, I'll call a press conference tomorrow. If you want to buy Cowley shares, sweetie, now's the time to do it.
I already have done.
Well, let's go out and celebrate.
What did you say?
Go out, celebrate the champagne trail, fanfares. We could start at the box tree. Or why not?
You should know, Tim. You go. I'll fast.
Come back when I felt social.
I have to look very closely, but I think you're rather drunk, sport. There's the odd time I found drunks disappointing, and I'm a girl that hates disappointment.
Yeah, me too. But before you squawk, why don't you wait and see if there's anything to be disappointed about?
And to think I was going to cream my face and go to bed early with a good book.
Well, this way at least you won't get eye strain.
You're not bad. I wonder if Sarah knows what she's missing.
Let's go and find out. And then you can tell her.
Very sorry, Mrs. Main. I've absolutely no idea where he is. No, he hasn't been in touch at all. Yes, of course, I'll tell him you've been telephoning.
Miss Graves, I want you to keep on trying to find Mr. Main. I also want you to tell him that I shall be back in 1 hour precisely.
Good morning.
Isn't it?
Fresh ground, Master, made with my own fair hands. Thought I might add liqueur brandy. Let's make it really memorable.
Memorable? It's a nice thought. In 2 days you won't even remember me.
Just as you've closed the files on me, songs of spring.
The nice thing about files is you can always reopen them.
Oh no, not this one. I was there while you were asleep. I listened to you talking, pleading. Twice I wiped tears off your face. I didn't know people could cry in their sleep.
You have to cry, it's the only time.
Mr. Main, thank goodness you're here. Everybody's been telephoning. Your wife, Mr. Cowley, Miss Castleton.
That's what a reputation for punctuality gets you, Pris.
David, I want to tell you how sorry I am about all this. I did what I thought was best. I'm resigning, of course.
Oh, for God's sake, Peter, don't get noble. It's not the sixth form at St. Ervintrude's. You want to know there was going to be cross-examination on adultery?
It's office, Mr. Castleton.
I suppose I should congratulate you on finally finding time to come over to the office. I've been over to see the investigating solicitor, appointed by the Law Society. And a hearing has been set for us to appear before the disciplinary committee. Well, I suggest that we now engage the finest barrister we can find and see if we can prepare a suitable defense in time.
I'm not so sure about that.
But I am. Do you realize what you've done to me? I've been a member of the Council of the Law Society for 17 years, and in 2 more I would have been its president. Now I stand accused of professional misconduct with a very good chance of being struck off the roll.
You haven't been martyred yet, Henry. Let's try to discuss this reasonably.
Well, we can discuss it in front of counsel.
Engage counsel if you like, but don't do it on my behalf. When they sit in judgment on me of the Law Society, I intend to defend myself.
You must be unhinged. If you defend yourself, it's nothing more or less than professional insanity. Do you realize we could be struck off?
Oh, yes, but I'm still defending myself. If you want formal notice dissolving our partnership so that you can act as you wish, I'm fully prepared to do that too. I know the circumstances of this case. I know the law. I'm supposed to be a solicitor, so let's find out how good I really am when it's my own neck. Let's see what this bloody profession really stands for. Finally, I have chosen to defend myself because of my full awareness of the issues involved. It is within the power of this committee to end my professional career and to destroy completely the substance of any reputation for which I have worked. You have heard the circumstances under which I have been charged with professional misconduct. The issue is trivial, the withholding of an adulterer's prayer for discretion. The principle behind this trivial issue is massive. It concerns the integrity of our professional position as officers of the court. Were I not cognizant of this responsibility, I would not have chosen the profession of a solicitor. It is because of this cognizance that I am asking you to ignore any reasons affecting my personal life which may have arisen. I would ask you only to consider motive. An articled clerk acceded to an improper request because to have done otherwise would have caused anguish to another human being. And the fact that this human being was myself is irrelevant. And there is no doubt that the articled clerk in question acted wrongly. That he did so is no reflection on his integrity, but a recognition of his fallibility as a man. You are all practicing solicitors, and I have no need to remind you of the sense of fallibility we must all feel, unless the law is to be reduced to a rigid framework of rules within which the variables of compassion and tolerance and understanding cannot be exercised.
I was chatting to one of the police solicitors. He reckoned that Maine could do one of two things. He'd take a deep breath, remember that Minter was his client, and then get him off with probation.
He could do it, too.
Because there's another way. He could find him the worst barrister, and I do mean the worst, that he can lay his hands on, give him a brief that a 10-year-old kid could get thrown out of school for, sit back, let us make mincemeat out of him. Of course, both ways are legal.
I wonder what you'll pick.
Well, not the sort of choice I'd like to make. But then Maine is the lawyer, isn't he? Tell him one thing for me, will you? If I can get Minter convicted and inside, if only just for 10 minutes, I'll have that place crawling with specialists. Then we can lock him up for more Christmases than you've seen.
If you let me in, I'm staying the night. If you slam that door in my face, I'll kick it down.
I wish David had come back. Did he telephone?
Not a word. I saw Henry Castleton, so the committee's not still in session. David just said his piece and disappeared. What's all that stuff?
The reason I'm not swigging Dakaris in some luxury West Indies hotel. Far too much to do. If ever the tonic manufacturers go bankrupt, it'll be because of people like you. Come to that, it's pretty late to find you still here working.
Solidarity, Ducky. Just like you.
Or relief. Anybody else would have thrown you out on your ear, whatever the Law Society decides to do.
When will we know?
Soon, I hope. Henry Castleton's got enough cronies for the grapevine to work fairly quickly.
I'm not very optimistic.
David Maine's office. This is Henry Castleton now. Yes, Mr. Castleton?
I thought I knew you well. I didn't think you were still capable of astonishing me. You stand on the doorstep, offering to kick the door down if I don't let you in. Wander in here and ask for coffee. Tim Carley Raymond told me what happened. I don't know what I expected you to do. Shout, rave, or get drunk. Just send me a letter on headed notepaper giving formal notice of proceedings.
About that.
God, you look exhausted.
For the usual mixture of reasons.
Usual?
For some of them.
Well, what are you doing here, anyway? What do you mean about staying the night?
So, love, I'm a freak, half man, half lawyer. Any sideshow could make a fortune out of me.
Which half is sitting here?
Both. I love you, in my own peculiar way. Because I love you, I want to protect you. That's the lawyer half. If I spend the night under this roof, I'm condoning anything you've done, and you still have a clean slate to start with. Free gifts, my love. No thumb in the eye, no pressure. Not now, not ever.
What about the other half? The non-lawyer, the man.
Well, they tell stories about greener pastures. Some of them could be true, but the grass could be a little rich for a steady diet.
You sound like a disappointed monk, which isn't very flattering.
I've never been good at flattery. I've given you one of the reasons why I'm here. And the other is because I want to be.
Tim said there'd been some trouble with the Law Society.
Yeah, you could call it that. I wonder how long it'd take me to operate a capstan lathe.
Doesn't matter. I can go to the library and get you some books on it.
Why Tim Cowley?
He was kind and... oh, I don't know. A bit like you, I suppose. He was there. Tim has a sort of shell he operates in where nobody can reach him. You do the same thing, only without the shell. When they hurt you, you bleed, but you did in private. You'd never bother with the armor.
Except to give it to you. With love. Of a sort.
I'm sorry to disturb you, Mrs. Main. I wonder if you know
Yes,
where
he's in the
David...
kitchen. Coming.
Hello, David. I thought I might find you here.
Panic, and I thought you were supposed to be on holiday.
Well, there's a time and place for everything. Henry Castleton rang from the Law Society, and you're not struck off.
They can reprimand me till they run out of breath. Well, once at least. There's no need to go to the library. I'm still in business as a solicitor. Is there anything else?
Margaret Castleton wants us to withdraw from the Minter case.
No, we can't. If Margaret doesn't like the rules, she shouldn't play. Can't dodge.
Tim Cowley, he'll understand perfectly if you want to sever all connections, and he'll pay the retainer till the end of the year.
Tell him to put it in writing.
David, are you sure?
I've had a better offer from the firm that tried to break him.
Mrs. Cowley wants you to represent her in the maintenance proceedings.
Tell her no. I've no objection to upper-class nymphos, but first, they don't settle their bills on time, and second, I can't change sides on the same case.
You two make quite a team.
Hi, it's Joanna.
Oh.
No, I'll go.
Would you like some coffee, Miss Courtney?
No, thank you.
Is there anything else you'd like?
Until yesterday, I wasn't sure. Now I think I am.
Is this still part of the business-like approach?
I've never seen David need anything before. And when the time came, I wasn't adequate. I won't let that happen again. Good night.
Are you off, then?
Yeah.
See you at the office tomorrow. She wants glass and milk and a trip to the seaside, in that order.
She could be right. You need a holiday.
Not now. There isn't time. I can't now.
Nothing's really altered, has it? You're here now. Tomorrow morning I'll wake up and all the bedclothes will be pulled over to your side. And I'll make you a cup of coffee and bring it to you in your bath. Because you're always in too much of a hurry. Then I'll find a spare handkerchief and put it into your briefcase, and then I'll watch you walk down that street faster than anybody else I know.
They give you one life. One. So you have to cram it in. When I was a little boy, my dream of paradise was an ice cream in each hand and a foot on the barrow in case supplies run out. And I can't change.
So, I'll take the half I'm given for as long as you want to give it to me.